Tyson Fury, what you tried to do, mate, is you tried to have a cash grab like Floyd Mayweather did, but unfortunately for you, you did it with the wrong person. You really did. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on the Ordinary Boy Boxing channel. Now in today's video it's my review of the fight that went down on Saturday just gone, so I think it was the 28th of October, between lineal and WBC champion Tyson Fury against UFC heavyweight champion, or ex-UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. Going into this crazy fight, I did a prediction quite a while ago. I actually did a prediction when this fight was first rumoured because financially I thought it made sense. So I was confident enough to do my pick, thinking it would go ahead, and it did. My prediction for the fight was that Tyson Fury would end the fight whenever he wanted to. If he wanted to end it early, he would. If he wanted to end it late, he would. And I think my prediction was Tyson Fury to carry Ngannou a little bit into the second half of the fight. Maybe it'd end mid-rounds. It was a 10-round fight, so maybe round 6, 5, 6, 7 at the latest. That is not what happened. What a fight. So I purchased the pay-per-view at the very, very last second. I was really umming and ahhing about, I think it was $21.99 for me in the UK. I was really having an hour about whether this is worth the money. But I, at the last second, kind of ended up buying it. And boy, am I glad I did watch that live. So you have, as I said, the lineal and heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury, undefeated. He's only got one draw as a mark against his record, which shouldn't have been a draw against Deontay Wilder. Against someone, a debutant, he's having his first ever boxing match against Francis Ngannou. I'll sum up the fight and then I'll give you who I thought won, because there's a lot of controversy on it. So, some things to know. First of all, I thought that Ngannou would go hell for leather, throw everything and the kitchen sink at Tyson Fury very early on, which was, I felt, his only chance. I didn't think he'd be able to box with Tyson Fury, so that was his only shot, to try and land something heavy early, and then I felt, you know, later on he'd tire, but instead he boxed with Tyson Fury, which is not something I predicted or many people predicted at all. And not only did he box with Tyson Fury, he boxed well with Tyson Fury. There was a few things I noticed. Now the first thing I will say is I do think either Tyson Fury's on the slide, or he was having a really, really off night, or he took Francis Ngannou, you know, he didn't take him seriously. But whichever one it is, some of the things I noticed is Fury likes to, you know, do his feints. You know, I'm gonna go, no, I'm gonna go. You know, very jittery way of fighting, which nearly every boxer he's fought, it puts them off their rhythm. You know, they're thinking too much about what Fury's going to do and not about what they're going to do. This wasn't the case with Francis Ngannou, probably because he's not a boxer, so he just doesn't think that way. So whenever Fury tried to start these feints, Ngannou just smacked him. He just didn't react to him and hit him. I think Ngannou realised quite early when he got hit by Fury that, yeah, I can take your power, that's alright, I'll take some punches. He also let Fury come to him instead of him going to Fury, which evidently Fury was not prepared for. So Fury was having to be the aggressor, and when he was doing it, he was getting caught all over the shop because, again, Ngannou, you know, he felt like, I can take your power, that's absolutely fine. So there was that. That was a big difference between Ngannou and the other people that Fury fought. The other thing is Fury likes to grab and weigh himself onto his opponent, tire them out, give himself a rest. He tried to do that with an undefeated, I think he is undefeated in UFC, an undefeated UFC heavyweight champion who's massive and can wrestle. So that didn't work. So when he tried the clinch and the holding, Francis Ngannou ragdolled him around the ring, and it was tired Fury out more than it was ever going to tire Francis Ngannou out. And then obviously in the third round we had the knockdown that shook the world. I couldn't believe it when I watched it. Fury was lucky that there wasn't that long left in the round, because if there'd been a bit longer and Ngannou had really let it go, that could have been the end for Fury there and then. For the rest of the fight, you know, Fury was boxing well in parts, but he was getting mauled by Ngannou. You know, if you look at a picture now of, you know, Francis Ngannou's face after the fight and Tyson Fury's face after the fight, there is a massive difference. So it went the 10 rounds anyway. Both men put their hands up. You had Usyk ringside. The plan was obviously that Fury was going to make easy work of Ngannou, and then this December 23rd fight was going to happen, I think. One thing I will say about this December 23rd date that was rumoured for Usyk and Fury, I think that Fury knew Usyk was not going to be ready for the 23rd. So you saw in the build-up Fury going, make sure it's December 23rd, it's in the contract. If you don't do December 23rd, then this fight, then I'm going to sue you because you've signed a contract, blah, blah, blah. Fury gets absolutely bad. He is in no shape to make December 23rd, right? So Usyk, very cleverly, I noticed, ringside goes, so yeah, December 23rd, yeah? We good for December 23rd? And Fury's like, have a good Christmas, everyone! And just leaves. So I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, so we went the 10 rounds. There's confusion, shock. You can see from Frank Warren, you can see from Usyk, you can see from quite a lot of people ringside, even their audience as a whole. And I think the plan was, as I said, was Fury to make easy work of Ngannou. Usyk enters the ring, we have the face-off, and they announce the fight. Inevitably, in the end, I think Usyk did come to ringside, but it was quite last minute. Usyk didn't know what to go. You can see Usyk's confusion going, I thought I was supposed to come into the ring, and they were like, well, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. We don't even know if Fury's won this. So it went the 10 rounds, and Tyson Fury won by split decision. Now, I scored the fight as it was going along, and as a preface I will say I don't know much about MMA or UFC. I'm a boxing guy. This is why it's called Ordinary Boy Boxing. Again, you had someone who is the heavyweight champion in the world against someone who's having their first ever boxing match. But at the end of the fight, and also I predicted Tyson Fury to win. At the end of the fight, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but at the end of that 10 round fight, I had Francis Ngannou winning by about 2 rounds. I had Francis Ngannou beating Tyson Fury on points. Crazy. It's going to go down as one of the performances of a lifetime for Francis Ngannou. There's an old saying where, you know, Tyson Fury won the fight, but Francis Ngannou won the event. And he most certainly did that. I would, and I didn't think I'd say this either, but I'd actually, before we have Usyk, I'd prefer to see Ngannou and Fury fight again. I really would. I didn't think I'd say that. I just wanted this Usyk fight. Don't get me wrong, I still want the Undisputed, but I think Francis Ngannou deserves a rematch, to be honest. The WBC have said after that they're going to put Ngannou in their top 10. I'm not sure what Francis Ngannou's plans are now. I know he's signed with another MMA company, so I don't know if he's tied into that. But really, the money is in boxing. If he can come to a deal with this MMA company that he's with, PFL, I can't remember what they're called. I think that was a guess. Maybe they're called that. But if he can come to deal with them, money-wise, and go and fight Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, which, by the way, both would be amazing fights, and I wouldn't write him out of either, and I think the odds will be close-ish. I did think he'd be saying that either. Then he should do that. I was shocked at how well Francis Ngannou handled himself. His first ever boxing match against the heavyweight champion in the world, and he boxes with him and wins rounds and knocks him down. Yeah, there'd be a lot of people, and there was a lot of people that night that said, no, Fury won. Only just, but Fury won. And I suppose I haven't had a chance to break down every round, and you can look at CompuBox and you can look at this and look at that. But you know, the overall feeling of the end of that 10-round fight was that Fury lost. No two ways about it. I mean, is this Fury on the slide? Is this Fury with a shit performance? I'm really not sure. And now it makes you question the Usyk fight. Don't get me wrong, Ngannou and Usyk are completely different, obviously. So him losing, and styles make fights. So him, having a tough fight with Ngannou doesn't mean Usyk can beat him. But it could show that Fury's not what he was, and he's on the slide. And if that's the case, Usyk could win, because he needs to be at his best for Usyk. He really does. But what a fight, and what a performance by Francis Ngannou. As I said, I'm not a UFC person. I slagged this fight off. I didn't give him a chance in hell. But you got to put your hands up when you're wrong. And what a hell of a performance from Francis Ngannou. And I think he's made a lot of fans. And I hope he stays in the heavyweight boxing, because it's just desserts for these heavyweights, that the amount of pissing about them in doing and avoiding each other and playing politics, that someone comes in from a different sport and batters them all. I think it would be just deserved, I really do. People are saying, oh, is it a sad day for boxing? Of course it's not. We had a massive event in boxing. It's a sad day for the politics and the heavyweights in boxing, because look what happens. Tyson Fury, what you tried to do, mate, is you tried to have a cash grab like Floyd Mayweather did, but unfortunately for you, you did it with the wrong person. You really did. If you watched the fight, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were. Have I got it completely wrong? Have I lost my mind? Or did you have Francis Ngannou winning as well? If you've liked this video, give it a like. And most importantly, if you have watched, please do subscribe. It really does help the channel. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video.